Hey guys, this is Vincent with XFTechnologies. In this webinar, we're going to go over the TM-200, which is our access control security device. It's a heart, but it also does measure detection through the wrist. It does mask detection, and it also does hard hat detection. So our device could be hooked up to an electronic door, which we're going to go over in this demo. I'm going to go over the standard features, and all these features, by the way, can be customized. So I can have mask detection on, I could have temperature only on, I could have vice versa. I can say which one allows the door to be open if it's hooked up to an electronic door. I could also state, if I want facial recognition on, I want to just detect and make sure that it's a real person that we know in our system. So it can be customized. We program them to the specs of the customers before they leave our warehouse. So I'm going to go over the basic unit here. This is the pedestal model, so this is the full model. This unit can be bolted down. There's 3 screws. You can run a pipe through it. First looking at it, this is a touch screen. This is the main unit where you can see your face. These are 2 night lights. These are 2 1080p cameras. We put 2 there to detect depth, so nobody could take a photo or a video and pretend it's you. It's not going to work. And then this is our wrist measurement detection, which you want to be a 1/2 inch to 1 inch off. So it's contactless, this whole solution. I'm going to walk up to it. It's set up to this electronic door over here, which we'll go over shortly. But this unit is set up for facial recognition, so it knows who I am. It's set up for measurement detection, so if my temperature is currently in this unit set for 99.6, if it's higher than that, it's not going to unlock the door. And if I'm not wearing a mask, it's not going to unlock the door. So I'm going to walk up to it. It detects my face.
Check to normal temperature. Please wear a mask.
Now the door doesn't open because I'm not wearing a mask, and it asks me to please wear a mask. So if I go up to the unit now with my mask, now I can walk up to the unit. It detects my face.
Verification succeeded.
And it asks me to
normal temperature. Please proceed.
allows me to proceed. Now the door opens up, no problem. That's just one. This could be hooked up to magna lock. This could be hooked up to electronic lock. This could be hooked up to a turn till. It's a standard protocol of the wiring, which is used to 90% of the world. So it's a standard protocol to be able to hook this up to the system. So this has 3 advertisements while it's on standby mode. And we can also put your logo at the bottom left. And it's also a touch screen. So if I hold here, I'm going to type in the password, which we ship you the password, the default one. And you can customize this to lock users out so they can't do this. So in the back-end settings, I can easily add a user. I click on user management. It asks me for a name, it asks me if it's a male or a female, and then I take a picture. So literally I stand in front of it, I take the picture, I confirm. Now I'm going to put in the username, male, and I hit save. Takes me less than 15 seconds to add each person. Now if you have a database of clean, good shots of users, you don't have to add them through here. You could add them through the program, which we're going to go over later. But if you don't have any facial pictures of anybody, you can literally bring anybody at the system. It takes 15 seconds to set them up, and you can do it all through here. If you have multiple units, you can export the data out of here to go to other units, or you can copy it all over the place. So if I have multiple units, I can copy the data from here to over there, copy it over there, and you can schedule it between folders. So I have employee A group, I have employee B, and then I have a visitors folder where I'm going to give the visitors, 3 hours of the day pass, or 6 hours. So very easy to switch there. You can also go into this scene mode where I can change it to temperature measurement only, face detection, or facial recognition, which is currently on facial recognition. And I have mask detection. So this is currently set up for Fahrenheit. It's going to measure from 95.9 to 107.6. and then I have my thresholds, which I can adjust here. Once I hit save, good to go. Very easy, done. So that's the back end. That's all that you're going to use in the back end aspect. At the bottom left, if I hook this up to a wire to a network, as long as I have an active wire, it will update the IP address in the bottom left for me to go to the web browser or to hook up to my software. So on the bottom left here. Now, sometimes you want to make sure that the data cable's in before you plug it in if you are using the data aspect. Now, if you're going to use this as a standalone mode, you can. We'll have a wire, a Cat5 wire, and a AC adapter at the bottom. So you can connect to there with your laptop. You just need a little network thing if it's going to be standalone. You attach your laptop to it, you can export the data. We sell that as an additional accessory. It'll be in the bottom. It's all one unit. No issues there. This is our graphic kit that we give, that we can do in orange where you can stand here. So this is an accessory as well that we sell additionally. So we put this perfectly in the right spot for you to stand to look at the unit. Now this model does come in multiple ways. Comes in a wall mount, comes as a pedestal as you see here. This can be lowered up to here for kids, for schools. And we also have a desktop mount for a receptionist desk. So if you have a high desk, you can put it on top of there. So we have 3 different mounts for the system. All the same tablet, of course. And let's see here. So we're going to go, one of the questions that I'm always asked about is, how can I integrate this with my current access control system? So this has the aspect, if somebody doesn't already have the electronic lock set up, they can just get this system, get an electronic lock, put in the users, and set the permissions all how they want in here. It's all built in. But if they already have an access control device and they want to hook it up to their door and use this as the first line of defense, I'm going to show you that. So I have your basic key fob, which currently this system's only hooked up to the door. So this isn't going to work. The electronic lock is not going to work. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable my electronic lock so I can show you. So now if I go up to the electronic lock, it's not going to work until I go through the scanner. So if I go up to it, I stand here, it recognizes who I am, tells me to wear a face mask, doesn't allow me in. So now, I need to put my face mask on, walk up to the device, sees my face, tells me to proceed. Now the door unlocks. I need both switches to be in the on position to unlock the door. So this could be used as a first line of defense. Even if I pass this, it's not going to unlock the door unless I have a key fob. And I will show you that as well, just as proof. So this says proceed, will not unlock unless I use the key fob. So that's the basic of the system. Very easy to use, very simple to use. And the best part is our support is in New Jersey. So we have US support. We know this system. We live and breathe technology. This is what we do every day. We access over 10,000 computers a month, my IT guys. So we're constantly improving this as well. So we like suggestions and questions. So the next step that we're going to do is go over the program. So I want to show you, because one of the biggest features that our product is the live video aspect. So here we have our face library, which I stated you can import and export data from the access control device. So if I have multiple units, I can export the data, I can import it, and transfer it. And like I stated, we have a visitor, we have an employee folder, we have multiple sections, and I can create custom ones as well. So I'm going to go into the real-time monitoring. I'm going to switch over this pedestal. Now I have a live video feed. which I can walk up to the unit. You see me. If I'm the UPS guy, you're going to see me. Now I'm going to enable two-way audio. So our system does live video feed and two-way audio. I can talk to the person through my laptop. Now I walk up to the device. I'm the UPS guy. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? You can see me. It enables the talk aspect. There we go. Now I can do two-way audio and I can do video. Another aspect here is this has a live monitor. So I can see who goes through the door, what their temperature is. So you can see as I went through, I'm gonna go up there with no mask. It sends an alert to the monitor. It has my snapshot that I took before, and it has me as no mask, but it gives you my temperature. And it sends a little alert to the monitoring station. Now I'm going to walk up to the device with a mask.
Normal temperature. Please proceed.
Normal temperature, mask on. I have no alerts and no alarm went off. So this is one of the advantages to our unit is that we can do two-way audio and video feed. The next aspect is the asset record. So this is where I can export the records. I'm going to do a search. I'm just going to do a search for the last 30 minutes. Gonna hit search here. It's gonna build up the list. So here's all my records that I did. It knows who I am, it shows who I am, it says, you know, my username in there, and it shows me with a mask. It says what my temperature is, what my mask. So when I export the data, all I have to do, now this unit holds 30,000 records. And I can put in 10,000 employees with their faces. So whether you want to do this daily, weekly, monthly, that's up to you. And you are in control of the data. So another question that we get is, you know, HIPAA compliance, you know, I have to watch out for the data. You're in control of the data. It doesn't go to a cloud. It doesn't go to a random provider. You guys know what's happening with the data. So now I just exported the data. I'm going to go to the folder, and here's my past records. So as you can see here, we have the time, we have the name, which I'm just under as test, we have if I wore a mask or not, my temperature, and we also have the location of the snapshot of the photo. So the snapshot of the photo gets created in an image folder under Snap, and here's all the photos from when I was at the unit. So this is something that is free. There's no additional cost to that. There's no additional cost to that. That's included. So, and we keep adjusting with the API. We keep working with the firmware. We keep making changes. So this unit is, we're very happy with it. Our clients have been using it. So we have this being used in faculty places, any warehouses, manufacturer places, anywhere where employees are going. We had a plastic shop that had 2 nurses. They were paying $25,000 a month. We replaced the 2 nurses with 2 of these units. Their manager in the morning will stand here, have each employee go one by one. Now there's the electronic record. For people that are using the handguns, they have to write the a paper temperature to keep records. Everything is stored in here. I got their photo, and if I use the facial recognition, even if it's not attached to a door, I just have their facial recognition, so I say, okay, I know Vinny walked up there. It's Vinny's photo. The device knows who I am. It knows what time I came in, it knows what temperature, it knows what my mask is, if I was wearing one or not, if that was a requirement. So, this is the unit. We're very happy with it once again. Any questions? I have okay, so once again, the question is, how many faces will this hold? So once again, you can fit 10,000 faces, employees. I can put 10,000 employees in there with 1 photo each. And The other question is, how many records will it hold? So it holds up to 30,000 records, and once it reaches the old data, it just overwrites the old data. Remember, this is like a security camera. Our kernel in here is based off of security camera firmware. So it's very stable. It's not like these Androids or iPads. This is actually made to last 4 to 7 years. So just like security cameras, when you overwrite the data, once it overwrites, and once you use up all the data, it starts overwriting. So that's how this software works. Another question from Ryan here. Okay, does the color of the mask matter for mask detection? Okay, so the color of mask does not matter. The only problem that we've seen is, which is a problem with thermal cameras, is when you get those very, very thin polyester, like yoga pants, for example. Thermal cameras see through that. So the problem with those is, those masks, the detection is going to see through it, the face. It's a common problem with security cameras. Now your normal mask, your K95, your N95, you don't have to worry about that aspect. They're cloth, they're fine. But even the thicker material, the cotton, you're fine. So this is only a problem with the really, really thin, which, that's a problem that no thermal camera is going to be able to resolve. Another question. So, can I do hard hat, mask detection, and facial recognition? Good question. I should have pointed this one out. So, if I'm doing mask detection and hard hat detection, I have this very little room to do facial recognition. There's going to be no way that I can do that. So if I'm doing facial recognition, you got to take the picture with no mask on. I could do a mask detection or a hard hat detection. I can't do both. But if this is just going for a job site and I'm just seeing who, going in, after COVID, we picked this device and made this device to be used for after COVID. And that's one of the advantages to this device. It's not just a temperature, it's an access control. You could see logs, you can see when people go on. So, good question, you can't do both. Other question is, can we connect, is there a phone app? There is not a phone app for this device. This is meant for Windows PC, which you connect your laptop to it. The software is Windows-based, or Mac-based. So you download the software, very easy to install. We have YouTube videos explaining how to install and how to set up the the guard station. So what's the difference between, asked by Pete here, what's the difference between your product and others which we've seen on Amazon and so on? All right, so best question. Their base is on Android or iPad. Their kernel, in our personal experiences with restaurants and hotels, they don't last that long. Maybe a year if you're lucky, 2 if you're really lucky. Their systems, you need to plug in a laptop to add somebody. Ours is touchscreen. You can add somebody through the system directly, very easy. Another aspect is they can't do two-way audio or video feed. So if I'm the guard and I have 4 of these or 5 of these, I can see the live feed, I can do two-way audio. Those systems do not do that. The other aspect is, because somebody just asked, you're doing a wrist measurement versus a thermal measurement. So, I'll answer that, Anthony. So, the thermal measurement, we had a couple devices here testing the thermal technology. The problem with that is, when I was in my truck, 110 degrees it stated inside, which is BS, but we won't get there. I walked into the office, the front door, I tried the facial thermal, it stated I was 101 degrees and wouldn't unlock the door. And I'm like, great. So I had to go walk around the building to the back door where we had this device, and I did the wrist measurement, came at 97.1. So there's research out there that people are using wrist measurements. They're talking about a band that detects the wrist measurement constantly in hospitals. So there is research. Anywhere you take a measurement on the human body, you could get a different reading by a degree or 2. Whether it's from here, below, so on. So the risk, they say, is about 0.5 to 0.7 lower than doing it through your ear. So you can adjust the unit to be lowered, which it is. So normally some units we're detecting for 100.4. This unit, normally when we leave it out of the gate, detects 99.6. So it's been successful. We've gotten compliments from colleges because there's some people of religion that they have the robes, or they're religious, they're not allowed to take it off. So it's always a problem. So they have no problem lifting up their sleeve to do a wrist measurement. And it's still a contactless system. As long as you're an inch within an inch, so you don't have to wipe down the device each time. So, like I said, we've done a lot of research. It's been successful. We get these questions all the time, which we love. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Another question. Can this be wireless? If we attach a wireless to Ethernet, it can be. If we put a 4G modem in it, it can be. Basic networking, very easy to do. What is Chris saying here? Chris is saying, okay. Okay, so HIPAA compliance, how is it storing the data? So once again, once you export the data, you are in charge of the data. It doesn't go anywhere. So as long as you don't share it on a public folder where all your employees or workers can see it, you're fine. You want to store it in a secure location, just like you're securing social security numbers or people's patient information. You want it to be in a secure location. All right, Sam has a question. What is the warranty? There's a 1-year manufacturer warranty on the unit. Let's see. Okay, Ray has a question. Is this a repairable device? This is just like a Microsoft Surface or any laptop that you get nowadays. It's not worth us repairing. It's not worth us sending the parts. We just replace the unit. It's that easy. If I have a custom, can I change the advertisement? Okay, so Chuck is asking, can I change the advertisement and the logos and the settings myself? Yes, you can. And we have the manual, we're doing the YouTube videos, and you have access to support. Like I say, if you visit XFTechnologies.com, we're releasing the manuals there. We're releasing the YouTubes, which there's a link to. So we're like I said, we're based in New Jersey. We are English speakers. We live and breathe technology. We're here to support you. Any other questions? Okay, so availability. So Kyle's asking, what's the availability? So our standard, which we're going to say worst case scenario, is 3 weeks. But if we had a client that ordered 50 of them, we had 10 that we sent to them at first. They got the rest of the 40 within 3 weeks. We haven't had any delays. It's been very successful. No issues there as well. So it's very good. So we try to save some for bigger orders. So if they do, we can get some to them. So they're not waiting for all of them. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? All right. See a couple people. They're asking me to send flyers. Okay, no problem. All right, guys. We're going to conclude that. So I want to thank you for watching this webinar. Thanks for being part of the chat. If you have any future questions, just please call us, ask, or you can email me. Any other questions? Like I said, our website is XFTechnologies.com. So have a good day, and thank you.